Welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone to Healthy Together Time and the 90-day Show Up Challenge webinar. We are 2 weeks into the Show Up Challenge. How is everybody doing? Yeah, pro robe, right, Steph? Drop it in the chat. How's everybody doing in the challenge? Are you showing up for yourself? Best case scenario is to just come live to the Wednesday webinar with your camera on. We just have found, you guys, when you see people's faces, we all are more present and you'll get the most out of it with your face on. I remember though, in the beginning, I was never turning my camera on, and it takes a little bit of courage, but everybody loves to see faces. But we get it. Sometimes we do playbacks and we welcome playbacks. Is everybody marking their trackers? Be sure to mark your tracker. Did you check in with your buddy this week? If not, it's not too late. And that's what I love about this challenge. We say 90-day challenge, but we want to welcome anyone at any time. So even if we're obviously under the 90 days, we don't care. We want you here. We want you to invite your friends, your family. And if you're a coach, did you attend your training this week? Ask your coach who invited you to this challenge, you guys. And if you're curious and want to attend a coach training next week, we would love that. We would love for you guys to join us and to learn more about things. So the first thing we're going to go over is the 4 components of our program. And the 4 components of our program are like 4 legs of a chair. And if you don't utilize all 4 legs of the chair, you get a pretty unstable chair. So the first component is everyone gets a coach or an accountability buddy. And hopefully you're feeling the effects of that if you're taking action and using that buddy. But just remember, it's so humbling to know that coaches are working on themselves too. So partnering with somebody will just reap a lot of success and benefits. The second component of our system is our Habits of Health transformational system. And it really is key because your body will typically match up to where your mind is set. So this is where you do the mindset work. The third component is our Optavia community. So you are actually participating in our community right now on this webinar. You're not alone in your pursuit of optimal health. And like I said before, your chances of success increase when you plug into that community. And the final component, we have scientifically designed fuelings that balance blood sugar, reduce cravings. You guys, they reduce decision fatigue when it comes to food and simplifies the process of creating new habits. We specialize in high nutrition and muscle protection, just with nothing artificial, no preservatives. So we are excited you guys are here tonight. We want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you. My name is Sara Judkins, and I am a certified Optavia health coach. And we love that you're here to just improve your health, your mind, your relationships with a marriage, family, anything that you've put down, we love it. And this honestly is the community I never knew I needed. I didn't ever think that I needed more people in my life. But when you get on a path with people who are like you just achieve more. You link arms and there is really, truly a kinship there. So I hope that you're all leaning into those people who invited you to this. So I wanted to start off, you guys. There were 2 warring tribes that not so peacefully coexisted. One that lived in the lowlands and the other high in the mountains. And one day the mountain people invaded the lowlanders, plundering and kidnapping a baby from the village. They vanished with the child and took her back up into the mountains. The lowlanders, outraged at the disappearance of one of their own, were pushed into action. But the lowlanders didn't know how to climb the mountain. They didn't know any of the trails that the mountain people used, and they knew because they grew up in this land. And they didn't know where to find the mountain people, how to track them to find them in the steep terrain. But even so, the men in the village, they sent out their best party of fighting men to climb the mountain and bring the baby home. The men first, they tried one method of climbing, and then they tried another. They tried one trail, and then they tried another trail. And after several days of effort, however, they climbed only several hundred feet. They didn't make too much pathways into that. So they were feeling pretty hopeless and helpless. and the lowlander men decided that the cause was lost, and they prepared to return to their village below. As they were packing their gear for the descent, they saw the baby's mother walking towards them. They realized that she was coming down the mountain that they hadn't figured out how to climb. And then they saw that she had the baby strapped to her back. How could that be? One man greeted her and said, "We couldn't climb this mountain. How did you do this when we, the strongest and most able men in the village, couldn't do it?" She looked those men in the eyes and said intently, "It wasn't your baby." The power of your why is what will power you to overcome any obstacle and achieve the seemingly impossible. I want everyone to just grab a pen, grab some paper, just grab something close. I'll give people a couple minutes to not a couple minutes. Hey, how about a couple, get your Nikes on, run, get your paper and get back here. But I want you to just grab a pen and paper, and I want you to write down your current reality. That's where you are right now in your life. Where are you physically? Where are you mentally? Where are you financially? And where are you in your marriage and in your relationships? Just take some notes, and I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to just jot down current reality. I wish I had some good hold music. Awesome, you guys. Okay, so I want you to just set that paper aside, just keep it close, because we will definitely, pardon me, come back to that. So first up, and what I think is the most important part or piece of building a foundation to achieving your goals is vision. What does your vision look like? What does it feel like? Are you really clear on what you want in your life? Have you ever done that? Have you ever written down those things that you've wanted in your life? And I know you've all heard the song, or hopefully you've heard the song, "The wise man built his house upon a rock," hoping I don't have to sing the little tune. But the wise man that built his house upon the rock, he built a sure and a strong foundation. But you have to know what you stand for. You have to know what you're building upon. You have to see it, and you truly have to believe it. And that is your fundamental goal. Having a clear vision, it just reminds me of one of my all-time favorite movies, The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith plays Chris Gardner, a homeless salesman. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. If you haven't seen it for a while, it is an awesome story. It's based on a true story of Gardner's nearly 1-year struggle being homeless, evicted from his apartment, balancing daycare with his 5-year-old son after his wife left him, sleeping in the bathroom in the subway, do you remember he was carrying around those boxes, lost the boxes, the bone density scanners, working as a broker intern for free, which he didn't even realize, working for free for nearly 6 months. And finally, because of his persistence and perseverance, he won the coveted full-time position of stockbroker on Wall Street. And Gardner eventually in real life, he goes on to form his own multi-million-dollar brokerage firm. I can tell you from my experience, our journeys are going to be full of failure. But I have found that the silver lining behind failure is that it gives us answers to what we really, really want. We really understand the feelings of joy when we understand what pain feels like. And I, for one, I lost over 30 pounds and I was on top of the world. I knew I wasn't going to gain any of the weight back because I felt so amazing. And I remember really feeling like I am never going to eat sugar again. I felt so empowered by how light I felt and my energy. But my failure of not working on improving my mindset and creating a healthy relationship with food proved that I would gain that weight back. And I did. I felt so empowered by accomplishing something that made me feel so good. But I felt the opposite feeling of weight gain, lack of motivation. The inflammation came back. And I did not create a lifestyle change. Instead, I was in diet mentality. It was just about the food. It was just about, if I just eat every 2 to 3 hours, sticking on the diet part of this, that was my focus. So I could have taken that experience and felt like a failure. I decided that permanent change at the time, it was just too hard for me. But because I felt what that joy felt like, my why grew bigger. My why, it grew, it flourished into, I want to prove to myself and be empowered that I can fulfill my dreams, be an example of health to my 4 sons, and create a healthy lifestyle, to live a life with my family that is abundant in peace, happiness, and creating financial freedom for my husband, Tyler, my boys, and their families. Next up, you guys, I want to welcome Casey. I have known Casey almost my whole life. He is the epitome of achievement and leadership. And he truly is one of the most genuine guys you will ever meet, even if it's virtually tonight. You will truly be inspired.
Sarah, thank you. Excited to be here with everyone. I just want to start with a little story. These are not my grandparents. They do not look like me, except for maybe that little bit of a bald hair from that gentleman there on the bottom right-hand corner. Just this Monday, my wife and our family, we went and volunteered at a retirement home. They asked us to come for about 30 minutes and to put on a little presentation, share some stories, sing some songs, do some things to entertain this group of people. And we had an amazing time. It was so good. And after, different individuals would come up, and I'm thinking they're going to come up and congratulate me. And the first thing that each one of these individuals, and I just took pictures of 3 people, but each one of them came up to me and said, "Are you Dave and Nulene's son? Can I tell you about the impact they had in my life?" Now, these are people that are in a retirement home that are having a tough time taking care of themselves. You could say they're on death's door. And they wanted to come up to me and tell me about the impact my parents had in their life. And immediately, guess what happened to my brain? I had a vision of my kid being at a retirement home and talking and volunteering with his family. And I'm wondering, would anyone come up and say, "Hey, are you Casey and Haley's son? Can I tell you about the impact they had in my life?" And immediately I had a vision of where I wanted to be and who I wanted to be and what I needed to change in my life. So as Sara is talking to you about the importance of vision, it lets your mind know, hey, I want to be this person. I'm going to start to change my behaviors to match the person I want to be. Your brain's already telling yourself, this is who you're going to be. And now it just wants to look for success for it to become that person. So for me, how do I know if my vision is strong enough? Put a 1 into the chat if you have a vision. If you have a vision today of what you want, put a 1 in the chat. If you wouldn't mind putting in that. Okay, I've seen a lot of ones. I saw a 111. That was somebody that has a great vision. Okay, we're going to stress test your vision. It's 2 o'clock. You go into your pantry, you see all the Optavia fuelings, and you say, "Oh, why am I doing this? Nothing looks good. I don't know if I can eat another shake. I don't know if I can have some more cereal. Why am I doing this?" That's way okay to ask that question. But then, did a vision appear as you asked yourself that question? Did the vision of walking your daughter down the aisle come into your brain? Did the vision of playing with your kids come into your brain? Did the vision of getting off of medication come into your brain at that moment? If that vision did not come in when you asked that question, I'm going to tell you, you need to spend some more time on your mindset and cementing that vision into your brain. Because a vision is going to do three things for you. Number one, it is going to organize your thoughts into actual goals. So for me to cause impact, positive impact with everyone I come in contact with, I need to be the best version of myself. And I've broken it down into 4 goals that support my vision. One of those goals is obviously health. So every night before I go to bed, I set my workout outfit out for the next day. I unlace my shoes. I don't even let my shoes be tied. I unlace them. I have my socks, and everything is right there by my bed. So as soon as I wake up at 5 a.m., I'm going to put my shoes and clothes on immediately. Because I have a vision of impact I want to make. I want to waste out my life in the benefit of others. And because I know my vision, the goal that I set for my vision is easy to organize, to put it into steps that support my vision. So number one, it's going to organize your thoughts into achievable goals that you're going to set forth if you have a vision. Number two, it helps me to understand that I can learn from my goals. I am not defined by my goals. If I have a proper vision, I can understand and learn from my goals, not be defined by my goals. Guess what? I'm in year 2 of trying to dunk a basketball. I am 5'8", and I have no business trying to dunk a basketball. But again, going to my health goals and to my physical goals and into my growth goals, I want to prove to my kids you can do anything you set your mind to. And one of the things I want to do, I want to dunk a basketball. I'm 2 years into this thing, and I'm still moving, and I'm learning different ways to activate my muscles to try to get to a point where I can dunk a basketball. It's about growth, not dunking a basketball, but I'm able to learn, not be defined by those goals. And then the third thing is my brain is always looking for success clues. Because I've told myself the vision of where I'm going to be, I've told myself of who I want to be, my brain always is looking for ways in which I'm doing that and reminding me of who I am. And it's pointing out to me people in this community that are doing that today. And because my brain's on notice of what my vision is, I see the success clues all around me in myself and within others. So when we talk about having a why and how important your why is, and your why grows with you as you grow. As you grow in a vision, your why goal is going to get bigger. And guess what else is going to get bigger? Your goals are going to get bigger. And all of those things go the same. So as you think about starting, I saw someone say, I'm in day 5. I hope you will envision, you'll just sit down and say, hey, my mother, I just had 5 kids. This is who I want to show up for me. This is who I want to show up for my kids, for those around me. And really see yourself in that future state, because that future state will become your current state because you'll set the goals to help you accomplish that. Again, a proper vision will organize your thoughts into actionable goals. You will learn from your goals, not be defined by your goals. And your brain will consistently show you the success you are having and the success others are having around you that have a vision that inspire you to keep your vision. That's what the Optavia community has done for me. I was a goal setter and a goal quitter consistently. I could quit on my goals like nobody's business. Now today, I'm a vision seeker, a habit maker, and a goal achiever. And it's from what I learned from a dumb little program to help me lose 10 to 15 pounds. Oh my gosh. What I have gained in understanding about my mindset has transformed who I am as a person. And I lost some weight along with it. That is what you enter in today, not just for 90 days and showing up, but for showing up for the rest of your life. So at someday, at some point, somebody tells you, or even better, when you don't even know it, they tell somebody else, can I tell you the impact that Casey Trujillo had in my life? That's what this community offers you.
Woo! See, are you feeling inspired, Casey? Casey always brings that. So I hope your hand hurts from writing down as fast as you can from that inspiration. And that's why Casey's always inspired me. He is an awesome leader and sees the big picture of this. This is not about the food. The food gets you to, right, your goals, but it's the program. It's everything else. It's the personal development and the growth that comes. So thanks, Casey. So you guys, now that you have your vision, secondly, you must have a plan. And this is where pen meets paper and you get real. You get real with what you really want, because you can think about all day what you want, but until you get that pen to the paper, you won't be able to accomplish it because we forget. We're busy. Life goes on, right? And people who write their goals down and visit them often are 42% more likely to achieve them. So you'll already be ahead of the game, right? Let's talk about the 90-day challenge. Do you have a plan to accomplish your goal? Have you connected? Are you taking action? Have you connected with your buddy or your coach and sent those goals in? I want everyone to put a 1 in the chat if you've sent your goals in to your buddy or to your coach, because it's not too late. Make them real, make them tangible, like really go after these things, because we will help you. We will help you in the next 90 days. Oh, that's so awesome, you guys, all the ones. Make sure you send those in, make them real. It's because when you lean into your support or the person that you invited you to this challenge, it will be a critical part of your success. People who use their coach, they found research-based, have twice the amount of success than those who do not. So I know you're feeling strong, especially in the beginning of anything, right? You start strong, you have all these things, and then things happen and life takes over and we start to forget and we fade. But I check in with my coach, Haley. We're checking in right now, and I need to be kept accountable as well. I want to teach you guys a really great tool that has helped me achieve my goals. It's called reverse engineering your way to these goals. And this is the best tool that I know of to accomplish any of your goals. And it comes from the structural tension chart. This works really great for your kids too. So learn this structure. So we're going to go over, or we're going to start with what you wrote down on your current reality and where you were at. So I want you to grab that paper, and you can see in that bottom box, that is your current reality. Now we are going to write down what you want to achieve, right? That's in the top box. That's the ultimate, where you're going and what direction are you headed right now to get to the ultimate. So in the middle, these are our secondary choices and how we reverse engineer from where we are to where we are going. What do I actually have to have happen to make that happen? So first, where are you, right? You know where you're at. And at the top of that chart is what you ultimately want. And there is tension there. There's tension there when you haven't taken action yet towards that goal because you're not where you want to be. But as you move towards where you want to be, that tension loosens because you are taking action to achieve what you want. I am going to assume you are doing this challenge because you want something more, right? Like I said, I love the length of this challenge. 90 days, it kind of sets people back a little bit, like 90 days, how am I going to do 90 days? You guys, it's hard to change your habits if you never change the underlying beliefs that led to your past behavior. You have a new goal, or you have goals, those goals that you're sending over to your accountability partner, and a new plan, right? You have your goals, you have a plan, you're creating a vision, but you haven't changed who you are. It's been 2 weeks. But this will become 90 days upon 90 days upon 90 days as your habits become your identity. And I have learned through one of my mentors, this is the way to create, or this is the way to live, to just create optimal health and well-being. Instead of having this diet hopping mentality, like I'm going to start this and I'm going to start this. And we try new things because we don't get the results that we want in an unrealistic amount of time, or we're just not being consistent because our brain is coming up with new ways to tweak a diet or a plan, or we do something like we fail on what we're doing. And then we start to sabotage ourselves and feel bad about the choices we're making. That's when we should stop and evaluate our current situation. Why am I feeling like I'm going to swan dive into this entire chocolate cake? Right? Like, step back, slow down, and be okay with making mistakes, right? Because you can only go one direction with this. You can go towards your goals and really go for your ultimate health goals and your dreams, or you can just stay stuck, right? You can only move one direction. And it's one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this. It's something very different to say, I'm the type of person who is this. And we want to become that, right? We don't want to be now I'm going to do this challenge. Now I got to start this over. And now I'm going to jump over to this. We want this to be who we are. This is how I'm showing up. I am an optimally healthy person. I achieve goals like Casey with dunking the basketball. Like, we all know he's going to do it though. Secretly, we're like, it'll happen and we're going to see it. But you have to dream. You have to dream to grow towards that. So again, grab your paper that you wrote down your current reality. And I want you to look through that current reality right now. And I want you to ask yourself, if I keep doing what I'm doing, when we wake up every day and our feet hit the ground, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 3 months? Look at that. Where will you be in 6 months? What about 1 year or even 5 years? Are you really on the path to where you want to be? But you can make changes, and that's what's so awesome. Even if you go 3 steps forward and 1 step back, and just own those choices and just get better. I just want to end with this quote, and I got to bring Will Smith back into this. He says, walk that walk and go forward all the time. Don't just talk the talk, right? Walk it and go forward. Also, the walk didn't have to be long strides. Baby steps counted too. Just move forward. And my favorite thing about this is that we get to lead with our health. We are blazing the trail, right, for our families and our kids to watch, and for our self-fulfilling feelings every single day. So take that to heart, you guys. Get into action with your accountability partner, really check in, get real with yourself, and just keep going through this, because you will be able to accomplish this. We will give you the tools, we will give you the education and the path you need to be successful. So keep going. You got to keep going and never give up. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining this Healthy Together time. I just want to drop really quick. We have a Cancun retreat coming up in November. This retreat is for everybody. This can be for friends, family, coaches, clients. We are getting a killer rate at the JW Marriott, but it will be a weekend of personal development and just becoming better. Please come with us. Please grab your friends and close ones. Come alone. Actually, we would love you to come alone, because you will feel that community. Like I said, it is the community I never knew I needed, and we will welcome you into that. So for the next 30 minutes, we have 2 breakout sessions. Many of you are loving this health program and have asked for more information about how to be 500% more likely to reach and maintain a healthy weight long-term. How to reach into your community and bring others along with you on your journey, or even just how to improve the health of your finances. People have completely transformed in their finances. That will be the topic in this Zoom room. So we're going to, for that explore into coaching, we're going to stay in this Zoom room. But we will also be offering a breakout room for any newer coaches with our coaching quick start class. So if you're a new coach, we're going to break you into that room. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 Mountain Time.